Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rival. Welcome back to another episode of the Washington Commanders franchise here on Madden NFL 24. This is week 2 action, our first game of the season here at home, and we welcome Mike Tomlin and the Cleveland Browns. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series. Thank you guys so much for the support as we get ready for another one. Hopefully the Commanders able to get their first win of the season and Kirk Cousins return to Landover at FedEx Field, as we did lose week 1 17-14 to the Saints, while the Browns, they were victorious. But it's time for another week of football. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as it'll be the Commanders starting off the football, and we'll see Kirk Cousins and this Washington offense. Cousins' return as a Commander last week did not go as planned. He threw 3 interceptions, while one of them was a Hail Mary at the end of the game. 2 picks, a touchdown, and a little bit over 50% is not the best start. They'll start off here in this game with a bubble screen out to Dyami Brown, who gets 2 on the first catch. Second and 8, now Cousins goes empty. It's a screen for Brown on the right side this time, and he's able to pick up a few more and make it 3rd and 3. Cousins is going to throw for it again. 3 straight throws to begin this game, and this one is going to be dropped by Terry McLaurin through the hands of the star receiver, and that'll be a punt for the Commanders. They go 3 and out. Here comes the Cleveland Browns offense led by Deshaun Watson, who last week had 317 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he led the Cleveland Browns to a 35-14 win versus Tampa Bay. First play for them was a quick hitter, 2-yard connection, as David Njoku had a very good game last week. 8 catches for 101 yards, hopefully coming into his own here in the Cleveland offense. There's Nick Chubb for the first time. He picks up 5 on a run to right side. Washington's going to have their hands full trying to contain him, but Cleveland now faces a 3rd down. They check it down for Chubb, and he's at the sticks, and they'll give it to him as Nick picks up the first down. Man in motion here, 1st and 10, and this one is blown up in the backfield. I think Jonathan Allen was in the offensive huddle for that play. That's a TFL loss of 4. 2nd and 14, swing out to Nick Chubb. This is actually going to be considered a rush as it went backwards. That's a 1-yard loss. The rookie Jeremiah Trotter with a nice tackle in space. It's not easy to do. Is now on 3rd and 15. Watson gets dropped off the edge. Chase Young around the corner, and that forces the punt. So both teams get nothing on their first drive. Here's the second one for Washington. It's a handoff to Robinson, and he's got plenty of space. Brian Robinson Jr. down the sidelines, and that's a big-time run out to the 14-yard line. A 56-yard run by the Commanders halfback. Next play, they try to give it to him again. He's not going to go anywhere. It's a gain of 1. Gibson hurt this week, so it'll be the Brian Robinson Jr. show in the backfield. 2nd and 9, Cousins drops back to throw. He has Brown cutting across the formation. He's going to cut it into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that for the Commanders? A quick 3-play drive, and they go down the field and strike first off the connection to Dyami Brown. So now the Browns look at the football to try to answer back, as here's a 1-yard run for Nick Chubb. Now 2nd and 9, Watson back to the air, looks right side, has a man open, and that's going to be caught for a first down. David Njoku, who's coming off a career year, 64 catches, 639 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Those are all career highs from a year ago. Next play is a 4-yard run. 5 carries, 5 yards for Nick Chubb. So far, the Washington run defense looking pretty good. 2nd and 6. Here's a bubble screen out left side, and that is going to be quickly swallowed up. And Cleveland faces a 3rd and 4. They go empty. Watson in the pocket, feels the pressure. He's going to be sacked down. Jonathan Allen with the big-time sack. And now this is a 54-yard field goal for Caleb Shudak from the left hash, and he pushes it. This one wide right, so the sack proves to have benefits. It's still 7-0. So the Commanders will start off at their own 45 with this one, as that's going to be a 1-yard loss. Now they face 3rd and 11, and this one's off the mark. Cousins unable to find Terry McLaurin. So the Commanders don't do anything with a short field. They will punt, and we'll take it to the second quarter, where Washington leads 7-0. At their own 27, 2nd and 3, Watson right side. That's going to be caught by Njoku. He's going to be marked a yard shy. And now a big 3rd and 1. Quick hitter left side for Chubb, and that's going to be caught as they'll get the first down out to their own 35. 2 tight ends here in this formation. It's a handoff Chubb at the middle, who sheds 1 tackle, and he gets bottled up. Pick up about 4. Nice hard running. 2nd and 6, now bunch to the right. Watson will look left to throw, and this one will be dropped through the hands of the receiver. You mean Davis was there with the hit. And now Cleveland faces a 3rd and 6. Pressure brought by Washington. It's picked up, fires right side, and he's off the mark. Can't connect with his wideouts. And Cleveland will again punt. Washington's defense holds strong. Their next drive, though, the offense not doing much with it. There's a 3-yard loss for Robinson Jr. And now Washington faces 3rd and 7. Cousins back to throw, and he's going to be brought down. Fields off the edge, brings down Washington's Kirk Cousins, and they'll also punt. So defenses really settling into this ball game. The next drive for Cleveland, they get it off to a nice start. There's a connection up the middle to Anthony Schwartz. His first catch in 2 years. He did not play last year for Cleveland. Hurt all season. Next play, another catch to Anthony Schwartz. He's going to have a first down and a lot more. Nobody covering the middle of the field. And now Cleveland's in plus territory for the second time this game. 37, there is going to be a quick hitter to Njoku. Catches it in some heavy traffic. He's quickly becoming Watson's #1 target. 2nd and 8, play fake to Chubb. Trotter bearing down his face, but he's going to find his man over the middle. That's a big time throw by Watson to find Elijah Moore. And now Cleveland's in the red zone for the first time this game. Across the middle, there's some traffic. I think they hit after his receiver's helmet. Incomplete. Now 2nd and 10, back to the ground. Chubb, left side. He's going to be swallowed up. There's Trotter Jr. again with the stop. And it's a 3rd and long for Cleveland. 9 yards to go. Watson steps up, fires across the middle. Nobody is there, and that's going to be a first down. He finds the 2nd-round rookie Troy Franklin with the conversion. And now it's goal to go from the 4. Quick hitter, 3-step drop, fires right side, touchdown. It's Anthony Schwartz who put his stamp on this drive, and Cleveland has tied it up at 7 apiece. So Washington's offense will take the field. It's on 1st and 10. McLaurin with his 2nd drop of the game. That's been the Achilles heel through 2 games so far for Commanders. Their offense has dropped a ton of passes, and on 2nd and 10, not on the same page as Robinson Jr. It just looks like this offense is in a little bit of a funk. You take away those 3-play drive, and there's been nothing to show for it, including an interception here, picked off by Emerson, and he's going to go the distance the other way. The 2nd career interception for Martin Emerson Jr. is a pick 6, and just like that, the Browns have a lead in this ball game. It's 14-7. Just looked like McLaurin was not looking for the football there, and it resulted in 6 points the other way. 1st and 10, it's a negative 3-yard run. Now 3rd and 7 across the middle. And again, McLaurin's not looking for the football. There's just a little bit of disconnect here on this offense. Cousins and his receivers just not on the same page. So at the 2-minute warning, here's Cleveland with the football. 2nd and 10, and that one should have been intercepted. That could have been a massive pick for Diamador Lenore. Instead, the Browns have 3rd and 10, a second lease off life this drive. And they'll connect. Njoku out left side has the first down. And Washington's defense has had a hard time getting off the field on 3rd downs this half. So the new set of downs actually go with a draw to Chubb. It looks like the Browns really aren't in a hurry here. There's a minute 20 on the clock. They're going to let this continue to run. They still have all 3 timeouts before finally snapping it as an incomplete pass for Njoku. Davis there again with the breakup. And now it's 3rd and 4 for Cleveland. And they set up a screen for Chubb, perfectly timed, and he's going to get the first down, tackled in bounds with 56 seconds to go. They'll burn off 5 before they finally call a timeout, now 51 seconds, and they actually just hand it off for Nick Chubb. So the Browns are actually playing for a field goal here. They'll get it down to 4 seconds, and they'll attempt a 37-yard field goal, which will be up and through. They'll take a 17-7 lead in the half. It could have been more if you asked for my opinion, but the Browns comfortably in front. Will the Commanders get back into this ballgame? We'll have to find out in the second half. Week 2 action around the league here as we get into the 2024 NFL season. We'll start off this halftime report down in Atlanta where the Falcons will play host to the Giants. We face Big Blue next week. They're currently tied up at 10, still in the first half. Jones with an interception, while Bijan Robinson has a touchdown for Atlanta. In Texas, the Houston playing host to the Minnesota Vikings. It's 24-14 at Houston. 2 touchdown passes for C.J. Stroud. But the former Commander Jacoby Brissett has one of his own. He found Amari Cooper for a first half score. Finally, down in South Beach, the Dolphins playing host to the Seattle Seahawks, and they're tied up at 14 apiece as the Dolphins are looking for their first win of the season, and the Seahawks are trying to go 2-0. Back to our ball game here, 17-7 game, 10-point lead for Cleveland. As we'll start off with the football here in the second half, and they'll start with a run by Nick Chubb, who hard fought his way to the first down marker. Only 25 rushing yards for Nick Chubb. He was a little bit more involved in the passing game in the first half. As next play, it's a quick hitter out in the flats. Nice hard catch made by Cleveland's receivers. On the flip side, Watson's receivers doing a very good job at catching the ball in traffic, something Washington is not doing as Watson tries a deep shot, but it's knocked away by Kendall Fuller. Our best corner from a year ago is now his 3rd and 8. Washington's bringing heavy pressure, but it doesn't get home. Watson able to stand in the pocket and finds the former Oregon Duck Troy Franklin again. And again, Washington can't get off the field on 3rd down. So 1st and 10 run now. Chubb 6 yards left side as he starts to get himself going on his 12th carry. Next play, they'll toss it out right for him, and Daron Payne is going to wrap him up in the backfield. It's a TFL for the Washington defensive tackle, and now it's 3rd and 6. Watson takes in the pistol, runs to his left, evades some pressure, and he scrambles his way for a first down. You got to bring down Watson there. You can't allow him to move the chains again on 3rd down and keep this drive alive. So now at the 37, it's a draw for Chubb, and he's going to fight forward for a gain of about 12. He's out to the 25 and a new set of downs. As Cleveland comes out 3 tight ends next play, a big drop for Watson. He's going to scramble to his left, gets away from pressure. There's nobody on this side of the field, so he's able to pick up 8 with his legs and make it a 2nd and 2. Chubb is still the deep back. They hand it to him left side. He stays patient, finds a hole, and he's going to get himself inside the 5, tackle down to the 4, and Nick Chubb's having himself a sensational drive. He'll check out here on 1st and goal. They hand it off to Felton Jr. instead. He gets very minimal yardage. Chubb back in here now on the 2nd and goal play, and the goal line set in the eye, and he's going to fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. That was the Nick Chubb drive, and Cleveland pushes their lead. It's now a 3-score game, 24-7. This Commanders offense has to wake up here in the second half, and they'll get their drive started with an 8-yard run to Robinson Jr. 2nd and 2. Another handoff. He's going to get it, and he's going to pick up the first down. You take away that long 56-yard run, though, and it has not been the best days for Robinson Jr. So the new set of downs, Cousins in the pocket, drifts to his right, fires, and again, McLaurin and Cousins not on the same page. You can see the frustration. He wanted him to cut up field, and McLaurin just stopped. So they go back to the ground on 2nd and 10. It's only a 1-yard gain. Robinson Jr. unable to run away from Anthony Walker. And now on 3rd and 9, Cousins in the pocket, gets hit as he throws, and this one is batted down. Try to find Mo Alley Cox instead. Washington will face a 4th and 9. They'll punt it, and we'll go to the final quarter of play. 24-7 in favor of Cleveland as their offense has dominated on that side, and their defense has been elite. Start the quarter off with a 2-yard run before Joe Bitonio will have to come out of the game with an injury. 2nd and 8, Chubb, who is very much in the zone, finds a big crease right side, and he gets another 16-yard gain. Now out to 93 yards rushing for one of the top tailbacks in the league. They'll throw it here on 1st and 10. Nobody covered Njoku as he'll get 7 easy ones before being brought down. Defense playing a little soft here in this game. You have to think, though, they're probably getting pretty tired. There's a nice pressure by Daron Payne, who forces an incomplete pass, and now it's another big 3rd down for Cleveland. Can the Commanders get off the field? Yes, they will, as there's a short connection to Njoku, gets no yardage, but Cleveland will add 3 more points, and this one's turning into a blowout. The offense has to do something, as here's a drive, a 1-yard catch. Cousins has 20 yards passing in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 9, Cousins right side, a beautiful play by Denzel Ward to swat that one away. Just nothing has been easy for this offense. They now face 3rd and 9. Cousins back to throw, looks left side, and it's airmailed to the sideline. Another incompletion, and now it's 4th and 9. Washington is forced to go for it. They go play fake. Cousins looks. McLaurin dropped again. Terry does not have a catch in this ball game, and that is a big turnover on downs for Washington. Cleveland deep into Commanders territory on the first play of their drive. They'll connect for not a touchdown. Apparently Elijah Moore, they say he was incomplete, but Cleveland will challenge, rightfully so, and they'll get the call. So 6 more for Cleveland. It's now a 34-7 game, and on the next drive, facing 4th and 7, Cousins gets intercepted, tries to find Dotson, and this one has been ugly Juan Thornhill with an interception. That's back-to-back weeks now where he has a pick. And we'll just go ahead and end this offensive suffering with a final score of 37-7. Cleveland added 3 more points. And this was just an embarrassing performance by the offense. Nothing went right. You take away that 3-play drive, and there was nothing. There was nothing on offense. They did terrible in the passing game. Cousins was inaccurate. He had 2 picks. Granted, that last one, I didn't know who I was throwing to because of the home field advantage where I couldn't see my receivers' buttons. I was trying to throw it to Ali Cox underneath for a first down. Instead, I threw it to Dotson and got picked off. Oh well, but Cousins was inaccurate. Again, too many drops by the offense. McLaurin had 1 catch and 3 drops. That's unacceptable. Here's your scores in week 2, as you can see all of the games. We'll take a look at some of the highlighted ones. In the game of the week, the Bills, they beat the Jaguars 24-22. The defending Super Bowl champions able to get into the win column as Josh Allen outduels Trevor Lawrence here in Buffalo as they pick up their first win of the season. On the Sunday night game, the Cowboys beat the Eagles in overtime, 27-21. Dak Prescott, the number 1 seed in the NFC last season, gets his 2nd win, and the Cowboys are looking like another team that could potentially make a Super Bowl run, but we know how Dallas does in the postseason. And finally, on Monday Night Football, the Bengals go into Baltimore and win 28-14. The reigning MVP, Joe Burrow, with 224 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Lamar Jackson played pretty decently. For the Bengals, they were the 1 seed last year in the AFC. They're looking like another real threat. To add insult to injury on offense this week, these were the players of the week, and Jacoby Brissett of the Vikings wins it with his 3 touchdown passes. Talk about adding insult to injury. Leonard Williams also got, as well as Derek Stingley Jr. and Tua Tagovailoa to round it out. So that'll take us into week 3. We're still at home against the New York Giants, and even though our offense has played like absolute doo-doo, I think we have a chance in this one. I think we can get our first win of the season. The Giants are not the best team in the league, and I think we need to capitalize. Also, I do know, side note, that there was a update to Madden since I played this game. I did not adjust my sliders, so I think I might need to take another peek at that. I've read some things where the receivers are kind of stopping on routes and stuff, and I think I saw a little bit of that in this game. So maybe I'll look at that, tweak a couple things before playing week 3. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry about the offense just playing absolute atrocious. Hopefully we can get them on track. But thank you guys so much for the support. If you've enjoyed, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.